When I went on my first board, the search firm and the company were looking for a couple of things that I fit really exactly. One is they needed a financial expert, which I am. And the second thing is that they were looking for someone that had a history of innovation in financial services, which I did because of the Fidelity experience and some other experiences in my career. And the firm whose board I went on was Ameris, based in Des Moines. And at the time, they had invented the fixed annuities that were based on the S&P 500 index. So they also were a leader in innovation and wanted somebody that exhibited that. The not-for-profits, I think, are very good as a first experience for someone that hasn't been on a board yet, because you get a sense of what it's like to be collegial, to divide the board work into components of which you might have a part and other people have different parts. But long term, I think if you're going to be more strategic about it, I would even be particular about which not-for-profits. Another reason to be on them clearly is because you can give back. And in my case, with Business Executives for National Security, I really do feel like I'm serving my country and really the safety of all of us in terms of some of the projects that I've done. And then secondly, in looking at a not-for-profit board that you'd like to be a part of, who's on the board already is key to helping you extend your network. So for women today, what they really need to do to market themselves, I would say several things. Number one, the networking is very important. You need to make it known when you meet someone that you think could be helpful to you, that you're looking to get on a board, and are they willing to help you, and who could they introduce you to? Secondly, your CV is very important, and how you position yourself on the CV really matters. In fact, I keep tweaking my CV probably every 3 or 4 months, because I'm constantly looking at it to say, okay, if somebody is reading this really quickly, which is usually what happens, what are the things that I want to have pop out to them in the first 15 or 20 seconds that they take to read it? And finally, there's coaching. There are people out there that will coach you that are experienced directors and that can help you get started. I also think it's important to build a brand for yourself. And again, this gets down to what's the message. So if you're getting out there doing speaking engagements, what subjects do you want to speak about and appear knowledgeable? Could you register for a speakers bureau so that you could get assignments in that regard? What about professional associations that you could belong to and speak at? If you could write books or articles, that would also be helpful. Really anything that allows you to position yourself as an expert in a certain area. I think my last piece of advice would be don't get discouraged, because it takes a while. It took a year and a half, 2 years before I got onto the Fidelity board last year. And I think in general, that's pretty much the timetable, maybe even a bit longer. Another reason to persevere is that, for example, in 2017, 36% of the positions that were filled in the S&P 500 companies went to women directors. But of course, the rest, which is still the majority, went to men. And so there's still the issue of many more men getting positions than women.